Okay, so in the last lecture, we have learned about the event handling, right? And then two-way data binding, okay, event data binding and two-way data binding. And then we also done some like TypeScript related things where we have created our own custom type using interface, and then we have applied that type to our products variable. Okay. Now, there was one part remaining, which was the filtering of your data. Okay, so let's complete that part today. So, so if I come to this page, so right now, whatever I'm typing, okay, it's basically I'm getting whatever it's been typed, okay, but the data is not getting filtered right now. Okay, so let's filter it out. Now, to do a filtering, okay, first of all, we need an event, right? So we basically need an event where we can capture the event and then we can do the filtering. Okay, we have already done that, like capturing the input event. Okay, so on input we can do the filter. We can basically capture the event and do the filtering part. Okay, we get a filtered value here and then we do the filtering. Okay, but there is a better way that I will tell you today. This firing an event is like for each and every keystroke you are firing an event. Okay, that means um, the data is basically getting sent to your HTML. Okay, through that event. Okay, and then you are calling the function. Okay. Instead of that, you can use one TypeScript feature. Okay, the TypeScript feature is getter and setter. Okay, you can use getters and setters to uh, do this kind of stuff. Okay, how? Let's see. So first of all, what is getter and setter? So every variable that you create, okay, in TypeScript, every variable that you create has getter and setter by default to it. Okay, getter means what? The value I can get it, and for setter I can set the value. Okay, so sometimes when you want to get the value, you want to modify that value, or you want to just do some modification or changes to that value and then get it. So that time getter can be useful. If sometimes if you want to set a value, you want to do some pre-validation, precondition. Okay, then you can do those things and then you can set the value. Okay, or else you can if you are setting a value, then you want to perform some action, you can do that using setup. Okay, so right now the variable which we have, which is filter by. Okay, so filter by variable, we can use getter and setter on this filter by, so that when the value is being set on this filter by variable, we will do our filtering. Okay, so let's see how to do getter and setter first on this filter by variable. Okay, so this filter by variable right now it's just a normal variable. Okay, but to make it getter and setter, we need to convert, okay, this into a getter and setter function. Okay, so if you do getter and setter, we write it using get and variable name. Okay, variable name is used as a function. Okay, so here variable name is a function. Okay. So getter is a variable. So getter basically returns something. Okay, so you need to return in this getter function. Okay, so it should have a return type. Okay, and we know it's going to be a string or null. So we'll just specify string for now. Okay. So it is going to return me string value, and since I am returning, I need to return write a return statement here. Okay, so I'm going to return here. Okay, what I'm going to return? I can return blank for now. Okay, but if I return blank, then every time I get the value of filter by, okay, that means every time if I use filter by variable to print the value, I'm going to get blank value. Okay, they shouldn't happen, right? So you should return a value which is basically getting set. Okay, so we need a setter as well. You can use set function filter by. Okay, and filter by will not return anything, so we don't even write a void, it's fine. Okay, but filter by basically will set the value. So that means it will have a input parameter. Okay, that input parameter can be set to a variable. So let's say the input parameter, let's say FB, okay, which is of type string. So value, whenever I set the value like if I do filter by equals to iPhone. So this is called as setting. Okay, so I'm setting the value of filter by variable. So when I am doing this, then the setter function will be called. Okay, and when I'm printing the value of filter by, then the getter function will be called. Okay, we can check it out. I'll uh, just print console log here. Okay, and we'll check what is the value of FB here. Okay, I can check the value of FB. Okay, what is the value of FB set here? Okay, or when I'm doing this, okay, input, when I'm setting the value, when I'm entering the value into the input, the filter by variables value is set. Okay, and we can check it in the console what is the value is being set. We can inspect it and go into the console, and if I type I, you can see the on line number 22, I can see the value of I. Okay, that means whatever I'm setting it, I'm getting it here. Okay, if I do P, I'm getting the value of P. If I do phone, so entire each and every word the setter is getting called. Okay, here we are not emitting an event. Okay, remember when we are doing input event here, so we were emitting the entire input event object. Okay, that event object is actually a heavy object. Okay, so each time when you press the keyboard key, so that for the detail around that key, right, the event, the entire event object for that key press, so that is emitted here. In this case, the entire event object is not emitted, only the word or letter that has been letter or word that has been entered there, only that will be emitted. Okay, or let's say that will be set, and that set value we are getting it in the filter value. Okay, so here we can get the value, but if you observe here, when I'm timing iPhone, I'm not seeing the value here. Okay, although I have used that value filter by here, right? The filter by value I'm printing it here, but I'm not getting that value here, because you can see when I'm getting it, I'm returning blank value here. Okay, so I should return whatever I'm typing it here. Okay, so for that purpose, you can create one variable here. Okay, let's say private variable, so that it cannot be accessed from your outside of your file. Okay, I'll say underscore filter by, and it will be blank for now. Okay, so I'll use underscore filter by as a private variable, and this value will be returned. So this dot filter underscore filter by when I'm getting it, and this value will be set equals to FB. Okay, so when I'm setting the value, I'll set the value using this dot underscore filter by equals to FB. Okay, so this way, when I'm typing the value in the input box, the value I'm getting it here, I'm setting it to filter by variable, and as soon as this variable is set, your getter function will be called, and getter function is already called because it is used here. Okay, so here I'm returning underscore filter by this dot underscore filter by. So whatever value is set here will be get here. Okay, can check it out. I'll refresh. You can see I'm seeing the I value iPhone. Okay, so I'm getting back whatever I was doing before. Okay, so using this getter and setter, I just converted the single line here into getter and setter function. Okay, I've converted to this because I want to do filtering. Okay, so when I'm setting the value, I can do the filtering here. Okay, I can do the filtering part here. So as soon as I set any value, the filtering part can be done here. Okay. Getter, we don't need to do anything. So we are just using getter function, because if you don't get write a getter, then like the value will not be get. Okay, the value I will not be able to get the value. Okay, so you should write this getter function. And if you just write a getter function and you don't write a setter function, that means this filter by variable will become read only. Means you can just read the value, you cannot write the value into that variable. Okay, you can do that for that purpose as well, but there is a one shortcut for that. You can use uh, read only keyword, okay, for any variable which is already available in your TypeScript, so you can use that. But yeah, this is the getter and setter function. Okay, understood this getter and setter.
Sir, can you please repeat once again the right phone?
Okay, this one. See, what happens is like I want to do filtering here, right? So when I'm doing filtering, I need to capture this event. Okay, whatever I'm typing here, I need to capture that event. We have already done this capturing of event part. Okay, before here we have already done that part. Okay, but we have replaced it with ng model with two-way data binding. But still we can use this input event. Okay, although we are using in data two-way data binding, but still we can use this input event. But when we say input event, every time you press a key, the entire event will be generated, entire event object will be generated, and that heavy event object, you must have seen last time that event object is that huge event object. Okay, and that huge event object will be emitted every time. Okay, when you press the key. Okay, and to avoid that, what we can do is we can use a getter and setter function of TypeScript. Okay, so getter and setter function is like it can be used for every variable that you declare. Okay, every variable by default has a getter and setter function, but we can override that by using get and variable name. We can use it as a function, and set and variable name. Okay, this is a getter and setter for this filter by variable. This is actually a variable, but we are writing it as a function because getter is a function, setter is also a function. Getter will return anything, return something. Okay, so we are writing return type as string. Okay, because we are returning a string value. Okay, but previously we used a blank value here because we just wanted to test it out. And for setter, we are going to set the value. That means you will get an input here which we can set it to some parameter. Okay, so here we when we set the value, we got the value here in the console log, but when we tried to get it, we couldn't get it because we were returning blank value. Okay, now to set that value to a particular to get that value in our HTML, we used a local variable here underscore filter by. Okay, whenever we are setting the value using for the setter by setter filter by function, we are setting it to a local variable here. Okay, and when we are getting it, we are returning that local variable's value, so that whatever the value is set will be get. Okay, and that's how we can do it here. You don't need to do anything here. It's like you are just converting this entire single line into this getter and setter functions. Okay.
And from where this FB is coming, like how this we get this code.
FB. This FB will come when you set the value here. Okay. So whenever I do ng model here, right? So here, the if you remember, we use this input function. Okay. This is a two-way data binding. Okay. So two-way data binding does these two parts together. Two-way data binding does these two parts together, like setting property binding and event binding. So when I input anything, okay, when I enter I here, okay, so when I enter I, this on input event is actually triggered. Okay, basically in the internal itself. I don't know how they handle it, but they are setting this value, and we call this function. Okay, and there we set the value of filter by variable. Okay, so internally what it is doing is it is setting the value of filter by variable, and when we set the value of filter by variable, this setter function is called. Okay, and whatever value is set will be passed here as an input fb. So this fb is a variable which we are using. We can name it as whatever we want, but it's a parameter that has been passed when you set the value of that variable.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, everyone understood?
Yes.
Okay, now see, we have set the value. Now we can do the filtering here. Okay. Now to do the filtering, what we can do here? Anyone can tell me. Let's say I'll create a function here, and in that I want to do a filtering. So I'll say filter products, and it will not return anything. I'll just write it here, and I will call this dot filters filter products, and I will pass the filter value or whatever I want to filter it. Let's say FB is nothing but the data, we can say, which is of type string. Okay, so this is passed to this data. Okay, and I want to do filtering here. What I can do here? How can I do the filtering? I have this products array.
Filter logic. Basically, we need to apply filter logic on products array
Yes, correct.
and return a new array.
Yes, if you remember, we have done this part in modern JavaScript part where I have told you about the filter function, map function, correct? So the filter function, we can use it here. So here, if I do this dot products equals to this dot products dot filter, okay, and here I can say product. Now I need to return something, okay. Now what I will return here, so I want to check this data into, let's say I want to check for filter based on name. So I'll just check for name here. So I will return here, okay, I will return uh, product dot name, okay. You can check equals to data, okay. So whatever the data is entered, I will check it, okay. It's just for uh, this purpose, like we can check it later on. Now if I enter I, you will see nothing. iPhone, nothing. But if I say IP capital and phone and then 14 it was, right? See, nothing is appearing here. Basically what has happened here, okay. See, I'll just change this, okay. Or let's say I'm doing this, okay. And if I enter I here, nothing is filtering. And even if I remove everything, my entire products array is gone. Why? Can you tell me why this has happened?
Not clearing out the filter with this match.
Your voice is not audible. Can you a bit louder?
The product filter is not clearing the filter. If the result is name.
Yes, actually the products filter, the array which we are filtering it here. Okay, the filter function basically returns you new array, right? And I'm returning whatever the returned array is, I'm assigning it to products array. Okay, so that means the first time when I entered I didn't match anything. Okay, so I didn't match anything, so it returned a blank array and it has been assigned to products. So next time when I removed everything, so the blank array was filtered and blank array was returned. So that's the reason I was getting blank array. So this has happened because I'm assigning filtered array to the same array. Okay. If I do this, then I'm going to get a filter array next time. And when I'm doing filtering, next time I'm doing the filtering on the filtered array only. Okay. So what I need to do is just create a one variable filtered products. Okay. And here you can assign, products array. These are products, okay. These are products array, you can assign it, okay. That is totally fine, okay, because when we are filtering it, it will return a new array, okay. So that doesn't matter if I'm directly assigning it here, okay. And here I will say filtered products. Oops, filtered products. So it is basically filtering the products and it is returning to filter products array, okay. Now if I do filtering here, okay, you can see like my entire data array of products is there, okay. If I do PHO and E14, okay, I'm still not able to filter it out, okay, because I'm writing product dot name equals to data, okay. So it is actually checking the with data, okay. So what you should do is you should basically check whether this data includes in the name or not, okay. So because I includes in iPhone or not, I need to just check that part. So you can use dot includes function. This is a string function. We can directly use it here. Okay. So product dot name includes data or not. Okay. So if I refresh and if I press I, okay, LGTV, huh, you can see that I'm still not able to filter this data. Why? Anyone can guess? Is there any problem here?
We need to add
You
submit
can
our
check
string.
this HTML and check what is the issue
In
here.
ng4, we need to change the products.
Correct. Here we are using products. we should use filtered products here, right? Because the products will always give me the same array. The filter products is the array which is basically filtered one. Okay, so you should use filter products here, and now we can check. iPhone. You can see when I'm saying iPhone, Google Pixel, Redmi, and Whirlpool washing machine is only selected. If I remove it, I'm getting the entire array back as it is. Okay, so that means my filtering is working. But when I type iPhone, okay, nothing is appearing. If I type I'm getting it there. Any guesses? What is the issue?
Case sensitive.
Case sensitive, correct. So basically, what I'm doing is here, checking whether the name includes this data or not, but the data is smaller case and the in the name P is capital. So what you should do is to convert everything into lowercase. Here also you can convert everything into lowercase so that if I enter capital also it will be checked. Okay, you can save it and I can check. See, even if I type P small, I'm able to search it. Okay, even if I type let's say galaxy, so it will search it because it includes. If I type XE pixel, okay, so anything can be searched now. Okay, and when I'm removing it, basically I'm matching blank value. So blank value is matched in the name, so it will return all the products now. So that's how you can do the filtering. Understood, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Do this. So what we have done is we have created a getter setter here. Okay, and on the setter function we are filtering the products. We are calling the filter products array, and in this we are filtering the products. And we have created filter products array separately because if I assign it to the same array, my entire array will be gone. Okay, so I'm creating a new array here which I'm using in HTML to show the filter products. Now you must have observed like when I'm typing product and dot, I'm getting all the suggestions here. That's because this product is a type of product object. Okay, you can check it here. It's of type product object, and since the products array is of type products array is of type product array, so that's the reason I'm getting all of these suggestions. Okay, so by just writing this interface and using that interface as a type for any variable, I'm getting all the suggestions as well. Okay, the human errors are also reduced, but the suggestion I'm also able to get all the suggestions. By the way, did I give you any assignment last time?
No.
No. Okay.
Sir, we can, instead of assigning the whole products array to filtered products array,
Hmm?
we can even create a empty array and dump into it, right?
If you
Like,
create an empty array here, right, like this, okay,
yeah, and assign that interface
huh, this
to
one, right,
like, yeah, like a data type to filtered products.
right, this one.
Yes,
So initially you will get nothing.
correct.
Okay, so that's the reason I have done these dot products.
Okay, okay.
But later on, you can do it in a constructor as well. This dot filter products equals to this dot products. That will do the same thing. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
in constructor you can assign it, or else it is good if you add it, assign it initially itself.
Mm-hmm. Done.
Yeah. Okay.
It's 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yes.
5 more minutes.
Okay. No issues. There's a homework or assignment you can try it out, which is use one variable in your product array. Okay, name it as category. Okay, let's say category here, and add a category for every array. Let's say I can add a category here, mobile. Okay, now you will get an error here because you don't have a category type here, so just add that category variable inside your in product interface. And once you add this category, okay, a category is for all your products. Okay, then do one thing, just add some buttons here. Okay, let's say all, there is a mobile category, then TV category, washing machine category. Okay, so let's say there are three categories. There will be four buttons: all, mobile, TV, washing machine. So when I click on mobile, all mobiles will be shown. Okay, when I click on TV, the TV will be shown. When I click on washing machine, washing will be shown. And when I click on all products will be shown. Okay, so that's assignment. You can try it out. Okay. Just try it out. Even if you don't get it, I will tell you in the next lecture. Don't worry, but try it out yourself itself.
Next lecture is on.
Pardon?
Next lecture is on Wednesday, right?
Yeah, next lecture is on Wednesday.
Okay.
I think we have a holiday on Wednesday.
You have a what?
Holiday on Wednesday.
Ganpati.
अच्छा गणपति का, अरे हाँ भूल ही गया था. तो क्या आप लोग ज्वाइन कर पाओगे कि नहीं? अच्छा वेनसडे को ना?
हाँ.
गणपति फर्स्ट डे ही है ना? अच्छा,
Yes.
तो आप लोग ज्वाइन कर पाओगे कि नहीं? क्योंकि नेक्स्ट डे भी शायद 1.5 दिन का गणपति रहता तो छुट्टी रहेगा, बहुत सारे लोग नहीं रहेंगे फिर.
I can join.
किस किस को पॉसिबल नहीं होगा? जरा
मेरे
ये,
घर पे ही है सर 5 दिन.
हाँ
मेरे घर पे ही होता है 5
अच्छा
दिन.
घर पे ही होता
डे
है.
वन
ओके
तो
ओके, तो आप नहीं ज्वाइन कर पाओगे. वेनसडे वेनसडे को छुट्टी है ना? ठीक है, नहीं तो फिर काम कर लेते, थर्सडे पे ही रख देते. किसी के पास ऐसा नहीं है कि 1.5 दिन का गणपति और फिर
मेरे घर पे 1.5 दिन का है.
अच्छा 1.5 दिन का है, क्योंकि फ्राइडे से मैं नहीं हूँ. फ्राइडे से ट्यूसडे तक मैं नहीं हूँ, तो आपका लेक्चर डायरेक्टली भी वेनसडे को होगा, क्योंकि मेरे गांव पे गणपति है तो मेरे को गाँव जाना है इसलिए.
सर .ts फाइल दिखा सकते हैं सर?
हाँ दिखाता हूँ. तो अगर आप लोग वेनसडे को अगर सब लोग अवेलेबल है तो आई कैन टेक इट, और अदरवाइज
तो थर्सडे को भी लाइक 7 का लेक्चर है ना, तो इससे पहले हो गया विसर्जन तो वेल एंड गुड.
ठीक है चलेगा.
वेनसडे को भी अवेलेबल हूँ मैं तो.
ठीक है।
So can you please scroll?
राजेश, आपका आवाज बहुत कम आता है।
पता नहीं सर, ये हेडफोन्स का कुछ इशू है।
हाँ हाँ।
तो मैं स्लो बात कर, स्क्रॉल कीजिए ना सर थोड़ा सा एंड।
अच्छा, यहाँ पे हाँ।
डन सर।
डन। ओके गुड। ओके, यू कैन ट्राई आउट वन मोर थिंग। ओके, अगर आप और एक असाइनमेंट अगर ट्राई करना चाहते हो, लाइक इट्स ऑल्सो रिलेटेड टू फिल्टर। आप चाहे तो उल्टा कैटेगरी के बेसिस पे फिल्टर करते हो, कर सकते हो, या फिर यू कैन डू द फिल्टरिंग बेस्ड ऑन दिस प्राइस एज वेल। ओके, जैसे यू माइट हैव सीन की रेंज फिल्टर होता है, प्राइस का रेंज। ओके, सो लाइक 5,000 to 10,000 के बीच में कौन से प्रोडक्ट्स है। सो अगर वो भी ट्राई करना चाहते हो, यू कैन ट्राई इट आउट। ओके, वो रेंज फिल्टर वगैरह लगा के अगर और थोड़ा देखना है तो। ओके, doing that button thing is easy one, but doing the range one, okay, you should try it out. Okay, so now let's move on to the next one, that is next topic basically. So it's pipes. Okay, so sometimes what happens is like you have a data, okay, and you have a raw data, okay, and you want that raw data to be shown in a different format. Okay, right now if you see, I have a price here like 90,000, 95,000, 60,000. Okay, but what is this price is representing? Is it in, what is the currency of this pipe? Is it in rupees? Is it in dollars? What is it? Okay, I'm not able to understand what is the currency of this price. Okay, so to represent it in a proper format, you need to add a symbol here. Okay, so let's say it is in rupees, so you need to add a rupee symbol. Okay, and this number should be properly formatted. Okay, 90 comma 00, so that it can visually, it can be immediately identifiable. Okay, sorry. So how can you do it? Okay, so for this purpose, Angular provides you pipes. Okay, so if you go to,
सर
yes,
रिपीट कर सकते क्या, लाइक नेटवर्क गया था.
okay, no issue. Okay, so sometimes what happens is like you have a data, raw data, okay, which that raw data you cannot directly show. Okay, so right, like if you see in here, right, we are seeing a price here, like 90,000, 95,000, 60,000. But this price is representing what? Okay, which currency is it? Is it in rupees? Is it in dollars? Is it in yen? Okay, what is the currency of it? We can't identify from it. Okay, so you should add, if it is in rupees, so you should add a rupee symbol here. Okay, and also this number, okay, should be properly identifiable. Okay, you should write 90 comma 00, something like that. Okay, so that visually it can be immediately identifiable. Okay, so for this purpose, okay, like this is just one example. For all of this purpose, basically Angular provides you pipes. Okay, now what are basically pipes? Pipes are like जो आप नॉर्मल डे टू डे लाइफ में भी देखते हो, नल का पाइप जो होता है, दैट इज नथिंग बट पाइप भी उसी तरीके से डिजाइन किया है. ओके, सो देयर इज अ इनपुट फ्रॉम वन साइड एंड देयर इज अ आउटपुट फ्रॉम अनदर साइड. ओके, सो जैसे आप पानी का नल बोलते हो, तो एक साइड से आपको पानी, टंकी से पानी ऊपर से आता है, एंड देन व्हेन यू ओपन द टैप, यू बेसिकली द वाटर विल फ्लो एंड वो आपको पानी मिल जाएगा. ओके, सो द वाटर विल बेसिकली फ्लोज फ्रॉम दैट पाइप. ओके, बट समटाइम्स आपको बीच में, लाइक आप अगर म्यूनसिपालिटी से पानी आ रहा है, तो बेसिकली फिल्टर होके आता है पानी, राइट. सो वहां पे वो फिल्टर किया जाता है, देन वो पानी आपके पास आएगा एंड देन आगे बढ़ेगा. सो दैट इज लाइक देयर इज अ raw water is coming and you are processing that water, and then the purified water is basically sent to your home. Okay, so that is how your pipe will also work. So you'll have a raw data, you will process that raw data, or you will change something into that, and then you will produce a new data which can be presented. Okay, which can be presented in your HTML page. Okay, so that's how your pipe will work. Okay, and Angular provides some inbuilt pipe for that. You can check it out that in your angular.io site. You go to documentation, and if you search for pipe here, okay, you'll find a lot of things here. Okay, so go for API and go into the pipe section, or let's say it's not showing or everything. So I'll get to the API reference, and here I will type pipe. In the filter section, I will type pipe. Okay. In the API reference, I will type pipe. So you will see all the inbuilt pipes that are available in your Angular. Okay. So here we want to show the currency in proper format. Okay. So Angular provides pipe for that as well. So you can see there is a currency pipe here. Okay. Now, how do you use this currency pipe? You can click on it and you will see the what this pipe basically does and how what is the syntax of this pipe. Okay, so pipes are generally used with pipe symbol. Okay, so there is a raw data on your left hand side, then use a pipe symbol, and on the right hand side you will use the pipe operator, whatever the pipe you are using it. Okay, so if you are using currency pipe, you will specify currency here. Okay, and rest all data is basically optional because it's written in a square bracket. We'll see that. Okay, but let's see how to transform our raw data into a currency. Okay, so you'll go to your HTML page, and here you will see product.price is shown. You can use pipe symbol and then you can type currency. Okay, so as soon as you type currency here, and if you refresh your page, you will see the dollar sign is appearing here with comma dot 00. My raw data was only having 90,000, but now you can see it is prefixed with dollar and it is properly formatted. Okay, so this entire thing has been done for you by Angular. Okay, by this pipe, it's a currency pipe. Okay, this is how your pipe works. So the raw data is coming from here and is converted by your currency pipe, and it is outputted to your HTML file here. Okay, so but your original data will remain as it is. Okay, if you check this product price anywhere else again, okay, here without using pipe, you will see that your original data will remain as it is. Okay, so original data is not changed, only the present table format or present table data is only changed. Okay, so the data which basically we want to present it is only changed because we are using pipe there itself. Okay, it's like calling a function, and in that function passing this price parameter, and then in a return we are getting the returned value. Okay, in a properly formatted way. So that's how your pipes works. Okay, understood this pipe?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So this is a built-in pipe. Okay, so like this we have a lot of pipes. Okay, and let's see what are other things are also in the pipe, like these are nothing but options. Okay, that we can specify along with this currency pipe. So there is a currency code, there is a display, digits info, locale. Okay, so for now you can see that this currency symbol which is shown is dollar here. Okay, I want to show a rupee symbol. Okay, so here you can specify the currency code for that. Okay, and what would be the currency code for rupee symbol? Okay, so you can check it out in the parameters. You will have ISO 4217 currency code format. Okay, this is standard currency code for all the currency format. Currency codes is a for standard format. You can check it out. For Indian rupees, we will have INR. You can check it here, INR. Okay, it's for Indian rupee. Okay, so if you want to use rupee symbol, you need to specify INR here. Okay, so if you how do you specify it? So here you can see the options are basically separated with colon symbol, and then you need to specify the currency code. Okay, so specify colon, and currency code is a string, so I'll write single quote INR. Okay, if you write like this and if you refresh your page, you will see a rupee symbol appearing. Okay, so instead of dollar, you will see a rupee symbol. Okay, so all of these currency codes will have their symbols, and those symbols will be displayed whenever I specify that currency code here. Okay, so if I specify let's say another one, uh, GNF, or I don't know what will be the symbol for it. So there is no symbol, there is a GNF itself. Okay, we can, let's say yen. I don't know. Can
EUR.
EUR, yeah, euro, correct. You can see the euro symbol here. Okay, so you can use symbols here. Okay, for to write your currency codes here. Okay, and also there are other options also. You can check them out like display. So display, what display will do, display the format of the currency indicator, one of the following, like by default the value is symbol, that's why you see a symbol over there like dollar rupee symbol. Okay, if you want to change it to code, so the code will be shown. Can you please come mute yourself? So if I say code here, okay, then INR will be shown here. So if you don't want to show rupee symbol and you want to show INR, you can write a code. And sometimes there are narrow symbols also, like Canadian dollars will have a CA dollar, but if you use symbol narrow, the dollar will be shown. Okay. So you can use a string value as well. So let's say you don't have a currency symbol for anyone, so you can use string value for that purpose. Okay, and if you want to replace the symbol of existing symbol with some other string, you can use string value here. And true, it is deprecated in DeFi, so you cannot use it, don't use it. So string, if you specify, let's say for INR, I want to show, let's say R, just R and space, I can do that as well. So R will be shown, and so like the currency code will be INR, but the value will be shown as R space. Okay, so you can use that as well. And I'll specify code for now. Let's say symbol for now, because it's a symbol. And symbol. Now there are other parameters also like digits info. So digit info basically specifies number of minimum integer digits before dot, then after dot minimum fraction digits and maximum fraction digits. Okay, so let's say I want to specify minimum one digit before this, so I'll specify colon 0, let's say 1 hyphen, like minimum sorry, one dot, sorry, one dot. Okay, and after dot I need to specify, let's say 0 to 2. Okay, so 0 to 2, that means minimum 0 digits will be shown, maximum 2 digits will be shown. Okay, now how will this affect here? If you see right now dot 00 is shown here, if I save it, you will see 90,000 will be shown, because after 90,000 there is 0, that means no digits are there, so you can just simply omit them. But let's say if you have a 90,000 dot 456, something like this, then we have a 3 digit, and what I have specified here is nothing but maximum 2 digits should be shown, so it will be rounded off, so it will become 46. You can see 46, so it will be rounded off. Okay, so you can use this. And let's say if you want to specify only minimum one digit, then after dot 0 will be shown, because minimum one digit is shown. Okay, and if you want to show like minimum 2 maximum 2, so dot 00 will also be shown. Okay, so you can guess that by default the minimum and maximum digits is 2 dash 2. Okay, that's why by default it shows you dot 00. Okay, so that's how your digits info work. And locale is nothing but your locality, whatever locality you are using it. Okay, and yeah, so they have also given you some examples here, you can check them out. Okay, so this is one of the pipe, like currency pipe, but we have a lot other pipes as well. Okay, so you can check like we have a date pipe also. So this will basically change your number or milliseconds or date into another date format. Okay, so let's say you have a date here, I'll use a date. I'm just using a normal variable here. So current date equals to new date. I'm using new date here, and I will use current date in HTML. Current date. If I print this current date, you will see a string printed here. Okay, I'll print it at the top here. So you will see the current, because this is like when you say new date and dot to string. Okay, so to string will print this date. Okay, this is the date which is printed over here. Okay, this is the format of the date. So by default, when you print it in the HTML, it is converted to a string format and it is printed. But what if you want to print it in a normal date format? Let's say DD, something like that. Okay, so we have formats here. Okay, so you can specify colon format, time zone and all. If you just specify date, so default format will be picked up, because you can see this is wrapped inside square bracket. That means those are optional. Okay, so if I specify pipe date here, okay, so by default the default format will be printed, which is nothing but like month, date, comma, your year. Okay, so that's a default format. You can check it out in the here, like this I think, I don't know which is the default one.
MMDDYY. Why?
Why, yeah, why, maybe. Okay, but here you can see some predefined formats here. So if you use short here, okay, so I can use short here. So it will be printed like this. So it is like DD, YY, okay, and then your hours, minutes, and the time zone, okay, AM, PM. And then if you specify medium value will be print long, full, short date, okay. Actually, it was medium date, I guess. The default was medium date, okay. The August 29, 2022. So that was a medium date. It's a short format, okay. And we have all these different formats available. But if you want to write your own format, okay, let's say we don't have like DDMMYYY format, okay, so we don't have this. So if you want to print it in a DDMMYY format, okay, you can use this all these custom format options, okay. So we have a y, single y, small y for minimum digit, 2 digits, minimum 2 digits, 3 digits, 4 digits, okay. So I want to print it in a YYYY, so I'll write YYYY here, okay. And week number for this and month for this, you can use as capital M for single 1 digit, minimum 1 digit, double M for minimum 2 digits. So I want to use 2 digits, so I'll use capital M here. So dash, okay, and dash here I want to use date, DD. So here you can say there are like a lot of options are there. You can choose whichever you want. So here D for single digit, DD for double digit. So I'll use double digit, okay. DD YYYY. And if you refresh your page, you will see 2908 hyphen 2022 is printed. So you can customize your format here, and that will be printed there. Also, like we have a capital M, we have a small m also. So capital M is used for month and small m is used for minutes, okay. So you can check minutes. Small h is used for 1 to 12 hours, like 12-hour format. Capital H is used for 24-hour format. M is used for minute, S is used for seconds. Capital S is used for fractions, like after seconds you have a milliseconds, so that will be used. And zone is printed like this. And if you want to print AM PM, just type specify A here, so AM PM will be printed. So you can see PM, right? Okay, so that's how you can convert your date, okay, by using this date pipe. Now there are other pipes as well. You can see decimal pipe. You just have seen digits info. So if you have any numbers, okay, and you want those numbers to be converted to a particular format, let's say you have a population, then you have some uh, ratio, okay. So this type of numbers, okay, the statistical data you have it, then in that case you will need this decimal pipe which can represent your data in a proper format, okay. So decimal pipe, so it works same way which we have used where in the currency symbol, okay, is the same thing there. And we have a international approval file, so that is used for internationalization. Okay, JSON pipe, key value pipe, slice pipe, percent pipe. Okay, percent pipe will basically will print the percentage value. Okay, if you have a number, and lowercase pipe, title case pipe, uppercase pipe. Okay, we can use uppercase pipe here. iPhone 14, I will use it for title. Let's say uppercase. So I need uppercase. And if I say uppercase, all the titles will be converted to uppercase. Okay. There is one more pipe which is handy, which is slice pipe. Okay. If you check the slice pipe creates a new array or string containing a subset slice of the element. That means, uh, see, you have a this description here, right? So description is basically taking a lot of space here. So if you want to write a description, let's say for 2 lines or 1 line, single line, then you can use this slice pipe. Okay, slice pipe will basically it accepts basically two options. Okay, you can check it out in here. So first option is compulsory because you need to specify the starting value, and the last one is ending value, which is optional. Okay, so if you specify 0 here, so from 0 to all the characters will be taken. If you specify 0 to, let's say, 20, so for 0 to 20 characters will be taken and all will be sliced. Okay, so if I specify 50 here, so 50 characters will be taken, all will be sliced. Okay, and after that you can specify dot 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 if your character size is greater than 50, or else you can just print whatever you want. Okay, and if you want to still see the entire description, you can put it in a tooltip. Okay, you can add a tooltip by adding a title property. Okay, title is a attribute for every HTML, so you can use title as a property here, and there you can specify the description. So when I hover on this, you will see the entire description is in tooltip. Okay, so entire description will be shown in tooltip. Okay, so this title property you can use it to show a tooltip. So these are like pipe, slice pipe. Slice pipe can be used with your arrays as well. Okay, so if you have this for loop array filtered products, if you use slice pipe here, okay, and if I specify 0 colon, let's say 3, so uh, right now I have 6 elements. Okay, so if I specify 0 to 3, so what will be shown here, you can check it out. Start number, end is optional, default is undefined, and end is actually like exclusive. Okay, that means the 3 will not be taken. Okay, so you can see 0 1 2, 0 1 2. Okay, now if I want to print next 3 values, I'll use 3 and 6 here. Okay, save it. So you can see Redmi, LG, and Whirlpool. Okay, so if I want to next 3 value, you can specify 6 and 9. Okay, so that's the way, that way you can basically now see that I am actually doing a pagination here. Okay, I'm showing the number of elements on each page. Okay, so first page 3 elements, 0 to 3 elements will be shown, and the next page 3 to 6 elements are shown. Okay, so that's how you can use slice pipe. Okay, so I'll just use 6 here for now, and you can specify create a variable here. Let's say start index here equals to 0, and then end index equals to, let's say, 3, and I can use these variables here instead of 0 and 6. Start index and end index. Data binding, so you can see 0 to 3 items here. Okay. So if I change this to 6, I'll see all the 6 items here. So that's how your pipes will work. Understood, everyone? The pipes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now do it, and there is one more assignment or homework. आज बहुत assignment है. You can implement pagination here. Okay, use bootstrap. You can check bootstrap may you have a pagination element. Okay, you can check it out. Maybe I'll check here pagination. then, pagination. So here you will see the pagination. So you can use this CSS to show pages here. Okay, and the pages should be dynamic. Okay, so if you want to show 3 items per page, so you should only see 2 pages. Okay, and you can show previous and next. That's up to you. But you can show 2 pages. And when I click on the first page, I will only see first 3 items. When I click on second page, I will only see next 3 items. Okay, so that's how you can implement pagination. Okay, and it should be dynamic. Okay, if I change it to 4, then first page will show 4 items, second page will show 2 items. Okay, so you just need to manipulate this start index and end index so that it will be used here. And obviously the pagination, the number of pages should be calculated based on the number of items.
It will use the same logic as we are using to filtering products.
This is like a front end pagination. Okay, if you are implementing backend, integrating your backend APIs, then the pagination will happen in the on the backend side, so on the server side. The server will give you the page, the data based on the pagination. So if you are saying like I want for 10 items on the first page, the server will communicate with the database, and it will fetch those 10 items from the database, and then it will give you. Okay, so if you want to just do front end pagination, we can implement this concept. Okay, but if you are doing it from the back end, you don't need a slice pipe for that purpose. Okay, write it down, uh, all these pipes. There is one more powerful pipe, okay, which I will tell you when we will come to the services part. Okay, which is nothing but just your async pipe. Okay, async pipe, which is more handy and powerful pipe. We'll see that later on. There is one more pipe, JSON pipe. Okay, this is also like a handy tool, you can say. We have arrays or objects. Okay, so when you print the arrays, okay, let's say if I print filtered products here. Okay, so filter products, if I print it here, you will see array of object, something like this. Okay, so if you want to print actual value of this object, so you can use JSON pipe. Okay. JSON pipe will print the entire array of objects here. So if you want to just debug or do whatever the data which is coming to you, and if you want to check it out, you can use this JSON pipe. Okay, just for debugging purpose, you can use this. Okay, it internally does JSON dot parse and JSON dot that stuff. JSON dot stringify actually. It basically stringifies your JSON data. Do it. I will come back in 2 minutes. Uh, is my screen visible? No, no. I don't know what happened. Is it visible now?
Yes.
Okay.
Done.
Okay. Good. Okay. So these are like pipes. Okay. Now, sometimes what happens is like you this there are like inbuilt pipes are available for us. Okay. So we have all the pipes available, but sometimes you need to create your own custom pipe. Okay. So how do you create your custom pipe? Okay. First of all, let's see what we can change it here, or that what data we can transform it here. Okay. So we don't have such data, so I will do add one data here. Okay. I'll add a product code. Okay. So code will be of type string. Okay. So there will be product code in the product. This is a products array. So I will add a product code here, code colon, let's say m hyphen 001, and let's say m hyphen 002, m hyphen 003, there will be m hyphen 004, and pv hyphen 001, wm hyphen 001. Okay. So we have a product code, and if you want to display the product code here, you can. Balaji, what happened? Why did you mute me? Okay. So, yeah, where was I? So I have added a code, product code here. Okay. And I want to display this code. Let's display it. So I'll use p tag here, and I will say code colon, really product dot code. Okay. The code will be displayed here like m001. I can just remove this code colon. I can simply write m001. Okay. Now this code is displayed here. Now let's say your boss comes and your manager comes and he tells you that you need to change this code. Okay. This code should not be displayed like this m hyphen 001. We don't want to display it like this. We want to display it like m space 001. Okay. So I want to display it like m space 001. Okay. So this data, let's say right now we are getting this data from our just is a raw data and dummy data. We are getting it from, we can change it here, but this data, let's say it is coming from your database and you have like hundreds of thousands of products in your database. Are you going to change every product's code in your database? No, right? Because right now your manager is telling that it should be converted to space 001. Later on he will tell that no, I don't want space 001, I want the old one back. Okay. Then again you need to change it, or else he will say like I want m slash 001. So again you are going to change the database. No, right? So it's just a representation format, right? The database will remain same. I just want to represent it in a different format. Okay. So I can just replace this hyphen with some space. Okay. So for that purpose, why not use a pipe? Okay. What pipe does is it takes the input, converts that input, and gives the output. That is the job of your pipe. So here the pipe will be a perfect option for us.
Sure.
Yes.
We can even use replace now
Yes.
in build
Replace
string
function.
method.
Yes, replace function we can use it, but that replace function, okay, let's say this product code is basically used here, right? And I want to display this product code everywhere the product is displayed. Okay, so this replace function, you have to use it everywhere. Everywhere you are going to do the replace hyphen with space, right? Now later on, if I tell you that change this replace function with hyphen with slash, you're going to do the same with everywhere. Okay, so rather you will create a function and then use that function, correct? But that function is basically we are converting into a pipe. I'll just use that pipe there in HTML. You don't even need to call the function. You need to call the function for everywhere, right?
Mm.
When you say this, when you display this, right? Product code, okay? You need to wrap this code inside a function, and then you will call the function, and then you will replace it, and then it will be replaced, printed here, right? So
Mhm.
let's say I create a function here, okay?
Yeah, that would be too much of
Too
work.
much of hassle, right?
Yes.
Too much of work. So if I just create a pipe like this, I can simply write pipe replace, pipe, some pipe name. Okay. Now anywhere I want to use it, I will just use that pipe name. It will automatically replace it. Okay. And in the future, if you want to change it, you can just change it in the pipe itself. It will replace everywhere.
Mhm.
Right. So for that purpose, the pipe is the best option for you. Okay.
Right.
So how do you create a pipe? So to create a pipe, you can create a class, and then you can implement a decorator, like we have a decorator for component. And then we need one more thing. Okay, you can check it out. We have a pipe decorator, and there's a pipe transform interface. Okay, you need to implement this pipe transform interface, and then you need to decorate your class with pipe decorator. Okay, so you need to do this, but there is a better option. You can use your CLI. Okay, ng, G for generate, P for pipe. Okay, and we can specify the pipe name here. So let's say I want to create a pipe in app folder itself. So I'll just write a pipe. I'll name it as convert to spaces. Okay, convert to spaces and enter it. You can see your pipe is created, and it has already been added in your app module.ts, because uh, in the first lecture itself I told you that all the components, directives, and pipes should be declared in your declarations array of your module. Okay, so the pipe which has been created, it is already declared in app module. Okay, so Angular is the ngCLI is already doing that thing for you, and it has created a pipe here. Okay, if you want to remove this test case, you can just remove it. Okay? We don't need test case for now, so I'll just use it here and npm start. Now you can check here the I already got an at the red pipe decorator. Then there is a pipe transfer interface is implemented here, and then you got a method transform method. Okay, which is actually a method implemented from pipe transform interface. Okay, there is only one this method, and this is the method which is basically responsible for converting your data, getting an input and converting it into some format and returning it. Okay, so here I'll just remove all of this for now. Okay, now we know transform, we are using this convert to spaces pipe for a string, so this value will be of type string, so we can write string for now. Okay, and this is going to return a string, so I'll write string here. Okay, we definitely know that we are going to convert string into a string. Okay, so that's the reason we are accepting string and returning a string. Okay, if you are going to return a number, then write a number here. Okay, if you are going to accept a number, write a number here. Okay, now the return, obviously we need to return something. Now we need to replace hyphen with space, right? So just write value dot replace. Okay, and in this you can write a search value, which is nothing but hyphen. You want to search hyphen and replace it with space. You are just writing space. Okay, now your pipe is ready. Okay, now how do you use this pipe? So you can see the name of your pipe. We already got the name here. So when I type convert hyphen space, convert hyphen two hyphen spaces, it will convert your this string to a proper format, which is uh, your camel case word. You can copy this pipe name and go to your product list and write it here, to spaces. Okay. Now, as soon as you do this, and if you refresh your page, you will see that all the hyphens are replaced with spaces. Everywhere it is replaced with space. Okay. So that's how you can use a pipe or create your pipe and use it. Understood, everyone? How to write, create your custom pipe. Yes. हेलो.
Yes. Try करना.
सर नहीं हो रहा है.
क्या नहीं हो रहा है?
रिप्लेस.
रिप्लेस नहीं हो रहा है.
हाँ, एक मिनट, सॉरी, सर्वर ही बंद है.
Oh, okay. Try this
Can you
one.
please show that terminal command?
Terminal command. Okay, I will type it here. G for generate, P for pipe, and then pipe name. Convert to spaces.
हो गया.
Okay.
Done.
Done.
Yes.
What about
File.
others? Yeah, sure. Okay. Good. Done, Rajesh.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let's say we want to customize it, right? Convert to spaces pipe. Okay. I want to, like, you can check it out here. Like, I can specify options for other pipes. So what if I want to specify options for this convert to spaces pipe as well? Okay. So if I want to in some places I want to show spaces. In some spaces I want to show um, like slash. Okay, forward slash, backward slash, whatever it is. Okay, somewhere else I want to show dollar, whatever it is. Okay, I just want to replace that particular character with some other character. Okay, so I should be able to specify. Okay, so how do I do it? So in transform, first parameter is always the input value, which is nothing but the value below your before your pipe symbol. Okay, that is the first parameter. And the second parameter that you specify is nothing but the values that you specify after colon here. Okay, the options. Okay, you can specify as many options as you want, like colon, 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 by separating them with colon. Okay, now here I'll specify, let's say, replace with, replace with colon, it will be string value. Okay, so as soon as you write like this, so you'll get an error here because there are two arguments that you need to specify. So I'll specify colon. I want to replace this. Hyphen should be replaced with something that variable value. Okay. So I'll specify space colon space here. Okay. So this value will be replaced here. Okay, so you can check it out. You can see it has been replaced with space. Now if I want to change it with, like, say, slash, refresh it, you will see m/001, m/002, tv/001. Okay. So that's how you can change it. But here this parameter is always compulsory. That means, because there is no optional value here, replace with I need to specify every time. Okay, because if I specify it like this, it will give me error because it expects two parameters. Now what if I want to specify default value? This is like the same thing with start slice type. So the start index is compulsory here. So here also this first parameter is compulsory. But with currency pipe or the date pipe, we don't have a compulsory parameter. So if you want to specify some default value for this, then in that case you can use equals to your default parameters, right? Space. You can specify space as a default value for this replace with. So if there is nothing is passed here, okay, if there is nothing passed here, then by default it will be space. Then check it out. See, by default it is replaced with space. Okay. And if I want to pass anything, you can pass it and that will be replaced there. Okay. So that is optional now. Okay. So if you want to use space everywhere, you can use the same pipe just with convert to spaces. And if you want to replace it with some other character at some places, you can use colon and then the value. Then it will be replaced with that value. Understood, everyone? How we can specify the parameters to your pipe? Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Good. Do it. And if you specify more than two parameters, like more than one parameter, like one more parameter here, then you can specify that after colon. Okay, that parameter after your colon, second colon. Then, okay, good,
Done.
good. Now the pipe is done here. Okay, the pipe topic is done. It's a very short topic, and we'll see. We have a time, half an hour remaining, so we'll see one more topic. Okay, which is directive, which is also a short topic. It's not that big one. So directive, what is directive? Okay, we have already created one type of directive. Okay? We are already doing it. Okay, so directive is nothing but whatever you create as a custom tags. Okay, custom tags, custom attributes, whatever you create it as a customized one. Okay, is nothing but a directive. Okay, the component that you created. Okay, this app product list. This is also a directive. Okay, because we are using it as a custom tag. That's also directive. So that means this component decorator, it's actually a child of, you can say, directive class. Okay, there is a directive decorator as well, and this is component is the child of the directive decorator. Okay, so if you want to create a decorator directive, okay, so there are like three types of directives. One is component type of directive, okay, which is we have already creating it using at the rate component. Then there is an attribute type of directive. Attribute type of directive means you have when you use any tag, okay, in that tag we have these attributes like class attribute, style attribute, okay, alt attribute. But what if you want to you create your own custom attribute, okay, So in that case, you can create your own custom directive. Okay, so the custom directive you can create it to create a attribute type of directive. Okay, when you create it using at the rate component, it becomes your tag. But when you create a directive using at the rate directive decorator, then it becomes your custom attribute. Okay, and then there are like structural type of directives. Structural type of directives basically change your structure. Okay, which we have already used, which is nothing but your ng for. Okay, structural directives generally starts with star symbol. Okay, so there is a ng for, there is also ng if directive. So this will basically check the condition. Okay, so whether if the value is true, then that div will be shown. If the value is false, then that div will not be shown. Okay, that's a structural type of directive. And so basically it affects the structure of your DOM. Okay, it basically adds it, removes it, okay, multiplies it. Okay, so that's a structural directive. Okay, now we'll create a custom directive for us. Okay, how do you create a directive, custom directive? Okay, you can create a new file and then you can create a directive for yourself. Okay, or else you can use CLI. Okay, how do you use a CLI? ng g for generate. Okay, you can see that for most of the components or directives or pipes, whatever you generate, okay, we have a ng for us. Okay, g is for generating. ng is common for us. So ng g and then let's say d for directive. Okay, most of the like values parameters will have a short name, that is d c p. Okay, and then the directive name. Okay, so what type of directive are we going to do? So let's say when I this text, okay, iPhone, Samsung Galaxy Ultra, okay, I want them to be highlighted. Okay, I want them to highlight. So to highlight them, I will use create one directive. Let's say highlight directive. Okay, so I'll say highlight here. Okay, and I enter and here, and you will see uh, there is again app module.ts is updated. You can check it out. Again, declare all the components, directives, and pipes here. So your highlight directive is declared here. Okay, so that is coming here. And test case file, I don't need it, so I'll remove it. And this is the directive file. Okay, so here you will see the decorator as at the rate directive. There is a class highlight directive, and then there is a selector. Okay, so for you can see also component also we have a the selector here. Okay, but the component selector is without square brackets, and your uh, directive, okay, will be directive selector will be inside a square bracket. Okay, so this is like a, must thing. You need to write your name, directive name, inside square bracket. Okay, that's a compulsory thing. Okay, now this is your directive. Okay, now how do you use this directive? Okay, to use this directive, you just need to use this selector name. Okay, so let's say I want to apply this directive to my title. Okay, so this is the title, so I'll use app highlight directive here. Okay, I'll start application. Okay, so it started. You can see app highlight directive, I'm using it here, but you will not see anything, okay, for on that, because there is nothing. I'll refresh. There is nothing I have added. Okay, you can see app highlight directive has been added, but there is nothing highlighted here. Okay, because I haven't added any code there to highlight it. Okay, so how do I highlight this particular tag or this tag? Okay, so highlight means what? I need to change the background color. Okay, so I need to change background color of this h5. Okay, but if I want to change the background color of this h5, I need to get this h5 element. Okay, how do I get this h5 element? So whenever a directive is attached to any element, okay, so this app highlight is attached to h5 element. So if I want to get this element, I can use one parameter here, private, okay, and element colon element ref. Okay, so this element el variable and element ref, this is the element reference, okay, which will be provided by Angular for you. So whenever this app highlight directive is attached to your h5 tag, okay, so we can get this h5 element by using this el element, okay, el variable. We can just log it for here for now to get the value of it. And if I check in the console, we'll see like 6 element references are printed because there are 6 products, okay, 6 product titles. So this element reference, you can check, it has a native element object, and native element is actually pointing to your h5 card title, okay. You can see it has been highlighted there. That means it's inside this el dot native element, okay, is nothing but your h5 tag, okay. Now in this h5 tag I can change the style, okay. There might be some style param attribute here, pqrs style. So I can change the style, okay. There might be background color as well, so you can change the background color. So let's change it. So el dot native element dot style dot background color equals to, let's say I want to change it to yellow, okay. And so comment it. Let's see what happens. You can see the color has been changed to yellow, okay. Right now it is applied to entire h1 h5 tag, okay. I don't want to apply to h5, I just want to apply to this particular text. So I will add a span tag here, okay. And for this span tag I will use this app highlight directive, okay. So the background color will only be applied to the span tag, okay. I can check it out here. So this is h5, the span, and for app highlight you can see the background color is yellow has been added here, okay. So that's how we can create a directive and apply the directive to any element. Understood everyone, how to create a directive and how to use it?
So what is the use case for this directive? Because we can do the same using CSS or styling, right?
We can do that same using css style, but that's uh, see, directives can be used to create your custom attributes, okay. These custom attributes can have a customized operations, okay. Let's say uh, you're creating one, what you can say, mm, you have a table, okay. So you are using a table. Now table is a tag, okay. There is a table, already a table tag, okay. And in that table tag you are just showing all the table elements, okay. There are rows in that table element, but let's say on particular column you want to apply filtering on that column, or filtering or sorting on that column, okay. So let's now how can I show you? There is no table here. I'll show the table, use table from tables. Okay. So let's say you have this, sorry. Let's say you have this table, okay. And on this first column, I want to sort entire rows, okay. All this entire rows, okay. So there will be some icons shown here, okay. So when I click on this icon, there should be some functionality that I want to add, okay. Now this icon can be attached to your th, okay. I can create a custom attribute here, okay. Or else I can obviously create an icon, and on click on that I can sort it. But if you want to create your custom library, okay, and the icon can be anything, and the user can also add its own icon, its own functionality, okay. But that user wants to sort it, okay, by using your element or your attributes, then you can create your custom attribute, and then he can apply that custom attribute here, okay. So that when you click on it, your entire rows will get sorted, okay. You can apply your own functionality in there, and you can do the sorting, okay. So it's like one of the thing, okay. But you will find like there are more like attributes, such attributes are created by various other libraries, okay. If you use some libraries, you will find the use cases for that as well, okay. Right now I cannot like give you the proper example for it. Maybe yeah, material library has it, material.angular.io. There are some components, okay, autocomplete. No, there is a input, I guess. Input. See, this is this is the input element, okay, and for this input element, okay, this entire you can see this entire CSS HTML has been added, okay. Now by using this mat input, okay, they have added entire CSS HTML and all the stuff. Along with that, they are also adding some extra JavaScript or dynamic code to that input element as well. Okay. So instead of creating your own input, or using some other inputs, what you can do is you can use your own custom own input, like own HTML input, and just apply the attribute to it. The your input will act as a material input now. Okay. So this way you can create your, like you can see that mat input attribute can be applied to input tag. It can be applied to text area as well. So both are basically accepting the input itself, but both will work in the same way when I say mat input. Okay. So this is one of the case where you can see the attribute directive is used. Okay. And maybe some more examples you will explore, you will see the examples. Most of the libraries will, you will see it like creating, they will be creating a custom attribute for that. Okay. Understood everyone, this how to create a directive.
Yes.
Okay. Now is it done?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now if it's done, let's see how to interact with this directive. Okay, what do you mean by interacting with this directive? That means if I hover on this, then only I should change the color. If I don't hover on this, like if I come out of this text, then the color should be like removed. Okay, so how can you do it? Okay, to do this, you need a event on this particular directive. Okay, not the directive, but actually the element which on which this directive is attached to. Okay, now how do you add the event? Okay, now I cannot add the event on this app highlight because this is a like, custom attribute that we are creating. Okay, but the app highlight directive which is attached to the element, I can add event on this element. Okay, so how do you add the event? Okay, so whenever you use a directive on particular element, okay, that particular element becomes host for this directive or attribute. Okay, the span is host for this app highlight. Okay, so for this purpose you can use @host listener. Okay, you can use @host listener. Okay, and in this you can specify the event name that you want to listen to. Okay, so and after that you can I'll add an event name later on, and after that you can specify the function that will be called when this event will occur. Okay, when this event will occur on this span element. So let's say I want to capture this event. Now what event I need to capture? So when I go to this go into this, so I want to capture this event. So this event is called as mouse enter and mouse leave. Okay, so when I come into this span, it will be mouse enter. If come out of this span, it will be mouse leave. Okay, so here I will say mouse enter. Okay, and then you can call a function, let's say on mouse enter, something like this. It will not return anything, so void. And similarly, you can add one more listener, which is for mouse leave. And it will be mouse leave. Okay, so this is a host listener. Host listener means what? So the directive or attribute which is attached to the host, okay, whatever it is span, anchor tag, a div, heading element, whatever it is. Okay, so whatever it is attached to will be called as host, and on that host I'm listening to an event, so that's why it is called as a host listener. Okay, and when I'm listening to the event, I can capture that event and I can do my own stuff here. Okay, so here I want to change the color. So in the initial step I will just keep it blank itself. So I'll comment this out, and when I enter I'll change the color to yellow. I have to use this.el. Okay, yellow. And if I come out of it, I'll just remove the color. Okay, so it will be blank. Now check it out. I can see there is no color change. Okay, but if I enter this, you will see the color has been changed. Okay, if I come out, the color is changed again, removed. If I enter, color is changed. If I come out, the color is removed. Understood how to handle like how to basically handle the event on your host wherever the directive is attached to.
Yes.
Okay, do this and then we will stop here. Okay, once done let me know. Is it done?
Yes, done.
Okay, good. So if it's done, then we'll stop here. Okay, and in the next lecture onwards, we are going to start some important topics. Okay, till now we were just doing some basic topics. Okay, although they are important, but the important topics will start from now onwards. So which is we are going to start with component communication. Okay, then the services, RxJS. Okay, for routing forms. So all the topics are going to come. So just don't miss any lecture. Okay, after this. Um, yeah, that's it. Okay. So any questions in today's lecture? Any doubts? Remember, you have two assignments. One is to filter your products based on category, and another is pagination. Try this out. Even if you don't get it, that's fine. But at least try it. Okay.
Okay.
Shall I then? I'll stop here. Stop the recording.